Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. She is in the house with her wisdom and expertise on how to run a business that's profitable. So we want to get started. We're going to be talking about finishing strong. That who else's motto that is? That is Maureen Stevenson's motto. Finish life strong, she says. So now we're going to be talking about finishing the year strong. So you need to take some notes or take note of what Coach Caren is saying to us today. Coach, the floor is yours.
All right, Terry, give me the floor. So let's go, guys. We appreciate you, the live attendees and the replayers. We appreciate you. We want you to know that when we come and show up here daily, whether you see my face, Terry Johnson, or on Thursday, Monday, the BizChicks, they themselves bring you great stuff, and then they talk tech on Friday. We do this with you in mind to help you move you and your business forward. Okay, guys? I talk about money. Thursday, we talk about your health. They go hand in hand. And we know in this world, we need the tech stuff. So there goes Friday. And you must have your coffee. That's why we do Monday. And Terry's on Tuesday with all the marketing stuff. So, guys, it's well-rounded. The BizChick does a good job in rounding things off. So don't sleep on this. All right. Without any further ado, we want to talk about a couple of things. Getting mad with yourself and not moving forward. So that was number one. How do you reflect without getting mad at yourself for not doing what you think you should have done? We really want to talk about that because that gets piled to the corner time and time again, depending on what's happening, And why understanding where you are right now will get you moving and the funds rolling in. You got to understand. And who are you doing this for? So far, got to know these things. These are important questions. So that's how we're going to end the year strong because we're moving forward. We're not dwelling. We're accepting. We have seen. We know, but we're moving forward. So how do you reflect without getting mad at yourself? Well, I say this, and then I'm going to go back on it. If you desperately need to be mad at you, I want you to do it, but not on and on. Like, do it today. Scream at you. Say whatever, get it out, but don't linger in it, okay? This is the part. I do not want you to keep lingering in being mad at yourself. I had a couple of kids and, I spend time, even though I didn't realize it, more time with the kids than I was able to put into the business. Then that's okay. It was your kids. You had them. It's fine. Don't beat you up. Don't be mad. And stop looking at your neighbor. Don't be mad.
I am so glad we are having this conversation because this was a year I was really, really distracted.
And if your kids are adults too, as Terry and I talk a lot about, it's still time where sometimes your kids need you. And if they don't have a safe house to come to, how many kids do not have safe places to go? Adult or young kids. As a parent, we want to be the safe house for them to have conversation that is hard to have elsewhere or have it thrown back in their faces. So if you're a parent who need to be the safe place for your kid, regardless of age, be that safe place, please. And don't be mad at yourself while you're being that safe place. Don't be mad. You're still serving. Just ain't showing up how you thought it would, but you're still serving.
And that's family, right?
Family. Yes. You're still serving. Because you don't want to look down the road and say, I wish I had. No. That's a different kind of mad. In the present, whatever you could do. I don't know what that is, but you know what that is. And if you don't know what that is, you ask how you can help. And I promise you, the Lord is going to find a way to show you how you can help. And then you just help. And you don't be mad about yourself. If you set out to make X amount of dollars and the business is not making the money, sit down and have that honest conversation with you. What am I doing? What am I wasting time not doing? And what I feel I cannot do that have me in a bind because I might not have the money to pay somebody else to do it or hire it out or have somebody like myself, a coach, to help me walk me through it. But I do have other things I can do. I can listen to the BizChicks when they bring people on, and I can take notes, and I can take action from that. And I promise you, we all bring you action steps here. I know I do. Anything I tell you, you can sit down and do. You can literally sit down and write out 13 things, I promise you, or more, but 13 things that you can do this week to move your business forward. And then you say, I'll do 3 things per day. And if you find it's hard, do the one thing. But set out the 3 and then do 1 out of the 3 really well. And so you're not being mad, because you can look back at the end of the week and then journal it. Okay? Journal it. Get it journaled. And so that you can look back and see where you were and how far you have come. I tell you guys, there's so many times I look back at my journal, or I might be complaining to myself. I thought I was going to get this done by Wednesday. And I look back in my journal and like, Caren, the amount of things you have covered, what are you talking about? The proof is in the pudding. And that's where your journal is, the pudding. Get in there and talk to you about it. If you're more vocal, get in front of the mirror and talk to you about it. And then record it. And take the recording, plug it in Word, plug it in Google Doc, and allow them to transcribe it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think you can just write it. Because when I started journaling, I realized that I'm a talker. So I had to really talk it out before I could write it out. And it just has helped me. And sometimes I go to write, and if it's not flowing, I would just sit there and chat about it. Half of the stuff is not going to stay in the journal, because sometimes I'm just dragging on, yapping. I'll go back in, I'll take out what I don't need, and I leave the stuff in that I know I'm going to use going forward. And sometimes I just want to get it out of me. I just want to get it out of me. There's all these places. Remember, talk about the tech that BizChicks help with? All these places where you go in and you can do it. There's nothing that's stopping you, only you, that is not opening the door to let the good in. And if you're going to end this year strong, you got to do what you need to do so you can move past what is holding you back to get this other place that you want to be emotionally, feeling it in your soul and your spirit. Maybe there's money blockage that is holding you, that is so, sometimes you are blocking the blessing and the abundance. And I know it's never deliberately, but you're so used to. I used to say, I had a friend, and at the time I was making my little EB money, 6 something an hour. And his pay at the time was 17 something dollars an hour. And we had this conversation. I said to him, he would say to me, so how come you're so happy, Karen? I'm making way more than you, and I'm really not happy. And I said to him, so what do you do? And it's just the other things that he was doing that was holding his happiness back and stopping from expanding. He worked where I worked, but he wanted to, this is how simple, he wanted to start a business and do fish tanks. He wanted to help people come in your house and really talk to you about what kind of fish tanks you need, what kind of fish will survive in the fish tank, and then supply you the fish, and then come in and clean the tanks however often the schedule is for the type of fishes he wanted to.
Okay.
Really wanted to start investing in homes. And this was his way. And he said, I talked to so many people, and they said to me, fish, people can go to the store and buy a fish tank. Nobody's going to buy a fish tank from you. So I said to him, you're talking to the wrong people. The people who do not want fish tank, can't afford a fish tank. Investigate in a fish tank. And they don't understand. And he would say to me, Karen, you have a fish tank, just sitting quietly watching the fishes do their thing. It's a good form of relaxation. And he just went through this whole conversation about fish. Now, let me just say right here, I'm not a big marketing person. I learn as I needed to. But what I do is having conversation with people, which is same marketing, but not in a fancy way. And I said to him, then tell as much people as possible. And 2 people might take you up on a fish tank. 2. And we started talking about it. And that year, he ended it well. And here's why. He talked to a bunch of people at work, and most people said no. But one doctor, that's all we needed. One doctor who said yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna help you out. That's what the guy told him. And he bought a tank, but my friend was so diligent in supplying the fish food, making sure he had the right fish, came and set it up in the home for the guy. And his daughters were all over it and so happy that he called my friend back and he said, "Hey, I need another one of those things because the girls are fighting for it. We need a second tank." And two of my friends love it. So you've got 3 tanks to get ready by the end of this month, okay?
There you go. And I'm surprised that it didn't even migrate to his office. You know, when people are sitting there waiting, I can see where that would be very calming to watch live fish as opposed to fish up on a screen on a TV.
Exactly. And it took a while, but he
Hmm.
got so busy. He would come to work. He's like, "Karen, all this weekend I'm doing tanks." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Because there's things he wanted to do. He was investing in a home with his mom and a few other people, and he wanted to be able to have his monies ready.
Portion. Uh-huh.
He did not want to, he said, "Karen, my mom would help me, but I don't want her to help me. I want to do this on my own because she is going to have to put in for myself and me and my
Hmm.
sister." And we decide we want to do it on our own because we want her to make her proud of us. We want her to see we're doing stuff with ourselves. And so
Wow.
you could start anyway. I'm telling you, anything you want to do to end your year well, just deciding what you want to do. Whatever it is, you write those steps down. You get there and you write it down. Like one of the things you might want to talk about is your marketing and how do I set up my marketing, which is the 3 areas. Here's the other trick about moving forward and making money. When you get out of that and you're moving forward, is look at 3 different areas of marketing your business. Don't, not one, you need 3. Because this is the funny part. Once you got 3 in place, some one of those 3 is going to bring you your first couple of customers. And when you continuously market in the 3 areas and not only depending on one, which is what a lot of us do in social media, we want to post contents, do videos like I'm doing, and I don't say it don't work, and pay for advertisement, but we don't want to do anything else. So, my friend is talking to everybody at work. He went right back to his mom, even though she didn't believe in the idea. I said to her, "That's because you approach it wrongly. You need to go tell your mom, give me 30 days to show you what I could do with the tank. Because if I could do X, Y, and Z, would you help spread the word?" What your mom wanted was to see if you were serious. So even though it came about like doubt, it's she wanted to see because he has done several other things that he didn't follow through on. And mom has known that. So that was part of the problem. And that's why I'm talking about being honest with yourself. If you tried like me hundreds of things and it fell through, I want you to stand up and look your face in the mirror and stop being ashamed of it. The queen of trying things and it ain't working out. I am the queen. I do a lot of stuff because I've tried a lot of stuff. I realize I don't like it and I exit, or it was not going to be profitable within a timely fashion, and I walk away. I was upset when I walk away. I was upset with me when I walk away. I thought if I had only spent more time, it could have been better. But the truth was, I had no interest in it, and I was beating me up for not having interest in something that God didn't even want me to do in the first place. What was I doing it for? To show who?
Wow. Yeah. I think we have to give ourselves permission to do something new.
You have to. If you have loved braiding hair all your life, but you find it too hard standing up for too long, or you're
Mm.
not brave enough to charge what you were worth, then you need to braid your own hair, your niece's hair, your cousin's hair, but close the shop and stop braiding for other people. If
Mm.
you can ask for the money. I had a good friend. I always tell people she was such a good hairdresser and a good stylist because I want everybody to be clear. You can be a really good hairdresser, but not a good stylist. They're
Hmm.
two different jobs, but
Yes.
she was both. She was
Mm-hmm.
the whole package. She did feet and hands. She just good. Here's where she stunk. She didn't know how to charge.
Mm.
And because she was coming from this place where she shouldn't have a lot of money, which I found out from diving, she would just sabotage herself over and over and over again. And I said to her, you need a job. You need to get out of business. And I love to encourage people in business. In her case, you need to get out of business and you need to get a job. And you need to work for somebody. And you need to punish in the job to decide if the job is better than asking for money
Mm.
when people come to get their hair done. And through that, she got a job. She hated the job, but she went back to school and did something she wanted to do. She was able to turn that around, get a good paying job, bought her house, bought a car, because she truly agonized over asking for the money she was
Or
worth.
she should have hired somebody to ask for the money.
At the time, I was the coach. I was just being a friend, telling her what to do. And
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean? And that's why I tell people all the time, my journey to coaching, God was giving me all these different people along the way. All my practice, all my here's what you do to get you to
Mm-hmm.
there, all of the different avenues. Because you can tell me a problem and I can find a solution for you like
I
that.
that's my gift too. And my thing is now, see, back then that we didn't have all these apps where people could book and pay before they even show up.
Exactly.
Now you've got Style Seat and some other things where people can set up their link and people pay before they come through the door.
Yeah.
So now you're not having to ask them face to face or squabble with people about how much
No,
it costs.
you
The
just
people
tell
who
them the price.
pay
Yes. And they
show up.
pay you. And they pay you.
Yes.
Somebody enrolled in one of my life skill classes last week. I mean, I was not ready yet. I'm still building out that Pacific course.
Hmm.
And she was like, I cannot wait. I'll take it as you make it. She was not willing. She's like, tell me where to send the money. Could I do
Hmm.
it this way? Because Canada, we have e-transfer. And she says, could I just e-transfer you the money so I know that I can get the class? And I said, do you want to wait a week? Because I'm still doing the body of it. She says, as you create it, I'll be right there taking it. She sent me my money.
There you
Boom,
go.
in the account. When people want something, they'll pay.
They'll pay you. Yes.
So you need to, let me pause right here just for a second. If you're charging $500 for something and you know that it's worth 500, I'm not sending you to rob anybody. I always tell people there's so many great ways to make money that you don't need to be doing anything illegal or rob anybody.
Mm-mm.
And you
Mm-mm.
tell the person it's $500 and they want that course, they will pay you $500. You don't have to squabble. If you're going into squabble land, you need to release them and let them go someplace else. They
Mm.
are not for you. Now, this is not to say if somebody asks you about it. If somebody say to you, $500, what would I get from the 500? Then you will explain to them because that person is asking. You don't be rude about that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them, but you have to tell them knowing that if they say no, it's okay. I've bought things that didn't worth $500, but I'm not asking back for my money because I always realize what I realize over time. I always get something out of it, even if I didn't feel it was the full 500 worth. Because maybe at the time I wasn't ready to get all that it could give me. So I might only get 100 or two out of it. But when I go back, I'll get the rest. When I'm ready, I'll get the rest. I promise you. We're so quick to say this is not worth it, this is not worth it. But did you do the work the person told you, or did you feel it was too simple? Of the steps they're
Mm-hmm.
giving you to see results. And life is really simple. When somebody can take a course and simplify that you can get in there and do it in a week or two, that is genius. Just so let me tell you. You
Yes.
know how many work behind the scenes to get you to the 2 weeks?
It takes a lot of research to put a course together,
Yes.
especially now because things change so fast
Yes.
that before you get the course written, there's another app or there's
Yeah.
another resource. I call them resources
Yes. There is.
that weren't there, didn't exist weeks, months ago.
Exactly. But if you're farming what you're teaching, this is the part I want you to hear clearly. If you're farming what you're teaching, no matter what changes around you, the foundation that you're giving to the course is still there. You just find ways to tap it in and bring in those new resources. Okay.
Yes.
Don't let that
And
scare
as
you.
you update, then you can update the resources.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So whatever's getting you mad, get out of it. Number two, why understand where you are right now will help you bring in the money. If you're not, I ask my clients all the time, if you're not getting any money, what are you doing? What are you doing right now that is stopping you? What are the words you're saying? What do you get up every morning thinking, believing, understanding in your mind? That's all you have. I told a new client of mine, actually, she's back this week. I told her, I said, we were talking about money. I said, if I am broke, I know I can make money. I might not want to do what I need to do to make the money, but it's not because I can't make money. When I first hear about making money out of thin air, I had to go to see what they're talking about. And like, oh, that I do that all the time. I just never called it that. I just never called it that. So there is money to be made in anything and everything that you do. So where am I right now? I'm here with $5. That's it. What could I do with $5? Here's my $5. What's the next thing I have? The next thing I have, if I'm a hands-on person, is material. What kind of material and what can it make and who can I sell it to? The third layer is how will I market it and how will I ask for the sale? Now, I'm telling you that because I don't want you to freak out. Marketing and sales should come first, but the reason I'm moving it away is because I want you to see, I want you to not get into the fear zone yet. I want you to see what's in front of you. What monies I have, what material, equipment, know-how, skill level, write it all down. And if I wanted to make $100, what would be the three things to do? And maybe you want to have three things that you could do, and then take each one of them and write a list about what you would do, and then pick one and go after it as though your life depends on it, because it does. It does. And while you're doing that, people say to me, Caren, job would bring money quicker. And I agree. But while you're looking for the job, so you set out the time, you get up early in the morning and you do your job hunting, you send your resumes, you follow up, whatever you do, and then you set aside 2 hours and you work on what you're going to do to bring in some money. So it's a combination that's happening. You're not dependent on the one thing. Think about it, guys. If you ever want a job and you apply, it feels like forever to get that job. It feels like forever. But if you were working, you would find another job. If you had a job, you'll find another job because you're in the motion of things. So that's what you're doing. You're going to exercise because it's good for your mind, body, and soul. So I don't care if you walk. I don't care if you just stand at a wall and do some push-ups, sit-ups, whatever you can. Move your hands up in the air, run, whatever you can. And you're going to apply for that job if it's because you need the money right away. And you're going to work on whatever is in your hand that you can do to sell to somebody. And you're not going to give up on it. You're not going to give up on it. A family friend of mine wanted to do high-end design, just handbags and really soft, good quality t-shirts with not big logos, but he had this tiny set of design he wanted on it. And his mom keep telling him, talk to Auntie Caren. Talk to Auntie Caren. Stop calling me, boy. Call your Auntie Caren. She's gonna guide you. And he told me to. He says, my mom keeps saying to talk to you, and I've been dodging the bullet because I guess I don't want to hear certain things. And he's a bartender. So I said, keep your bartending job. And your job is to research companies that would manufacture it for you, because I am not going to make them for you, even though I know, but I know quality. So you could bring them to me to check quality for us to talk about those things, because I knew what he wanted. And it would take way too much time for me to do. I didn't want to do it. And I let him know straight up, I'm not going to do it. But we're going to find places that will do it for you. And then you're going to save a portion of that money to be able to purchase wholesale to start the company.
Okay, so
he has a pop-up shop right now, guys. He is moving. He's doing it. Took him a couple of years, a lot of fall down, because he wasn't reaching out to me when he needed to, but it is happening. That's the point. The process is going on. The right people will buy it. They'll love it. His stuff is really simple, but it's really quality stuff. And the people who buy it genuinely want to buy it. And I told him, I said, never mind people in a bar. You don't know why they're in a bar. They
Mm-hmm.
might be in a bar, but need this sort. Tell everybody because now you're ready. Tell everybody. Let the people come support you. He says, I tell you,
And
the
you would
support.
be surprised how many people buy high end handbags and have 5 cents in them.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Exactly. I had a friend who built $1 million plus size plus size dresses company from selling at a strip club.
Mm-hmm.
That's another story for another time. But so whatever you need to do, you get your butt going so we end the year well. And who are you doing this for, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you doing this for? Are you doing this for yourself? Or are you doing it because you said it's for your kids? I encourage to do it for yourself. I do, because when you're filled up, everybody else get the benefit of it. When you are filled up, do not do it, mothers, for your kids. Because they're not grateful. Because you find yourself, if they're not behaving well, you say, but I'm doing this for you. How could you behave like that? Or I'm doing this for you. Why wouldn't you love me or treat me better? Because they're going through their own thing at whatever age they are, and they're a person feeling whatever they're feeling, and they're not telling you everything because some things are too embarrassed to tell you as their mom. So please do it for you. Do it for the kid. Do it for you, the kid who didn't have. Do it for the teenager who wanted whatever. Do it for you and let them reap the benefit. A kid could be close to the mom and get him bullied at school and don't want to tell the mom, not because the mom wouldn't do anything, but the mom might do it in a way that the kid don't feel it's appropriate. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many reasons why kids don't tell us things. So we have to understand this is not what happening about us, why they might be behaving or carrying on. It's just because. Or a kid mightn't tell you because they want to spend time with you. I remember this kid didn't want to tell his mom because he's a guy. And he said, if I ask my mom for more time, it makes no sense. I'm a guy. I'm going to be a man. I'm like, Go tell your mom. Go tell your mom. And he wasn't doing it. And this is serious business. So I told her, I'm like, I don't care what you're doing. You take a day off and you take him to lunch by himself without his siblings. He needs to know his mom is looking at him in the eyes and not distracted by any other kid, because at the moment he needs his mother. That's it. That's all he needs. He needs you. I don't care if you could do it once a month. We said, listen, son, every month on the 20th, we got a date. I tell you, he's gonna appreciate it so much. You can't understand. The bullying is not gonna be a problem. The behaviors at school is not gonna be a problem because he's getting that specific need for whatever reason that he felt was missing. So you can't walk about saying this guy don't behave himself. I'm doing all of this for him. He doesn't care. He care about this specific thing with his mother. She's been watching the changes. She's been watching the development of this kid because he's getting some time with his mom. So stop trying to do a whole bunch of things for your kids. Do it for you. Build a handbag company, build the candy company, build your coaching practice, build your school, whatever you're doing for you, because this is the gift and talent God has bestowed upon you to share with others. And let your kids, your niece, your whomever get the benefit of it, but not because of them.
Wow. That that is wisdom right there. Do it for you. Go to the front of your own line.
There it is. There it is. That's why I love it. I love the statement of yours. I just love that statement of yours.
Mm-mm-mm.
Go to the front.
Oh my goodness, Coach. Wow. Today was a revelation day for me. Stop being mad at yourself because you had to stop and do things for others, or you got distracted, or whatever the reason is. Get back to the grind. Well, not necessarily the grind. Get back to what you love, because that's not really a grind.
It's not a grind. It's not a grind. It's honestly not a grind
And
because
if
you
you
love
find
it.
yourself grinding, maybe you're in the wrong area. Maybe you need to get still and figure out what do you really love to do. So it's no longer a grind. And then do it for you.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Guys, you heard it here on BizChicks directly from Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. If you'd like to book an appointment with Coach Caren, I believe I have a link here. Well, first of all, she has a course. This
I
is the
do.
link to the course. We'll put that over in the chat. And I believe that is this the link to your Calendly? Where's your
No,
calendar?
this is the link where you pay for a session to see if you want to go any further. These
There you
two
go.
is where you go, one for the course and one for Candly.
So,
For the meeting where you sit down, we audit your business, we see where you're at. I gave you a strategy to go do and that sort of thing. And we walk through it before I just hand it to you. We walk through it.
there you go.
Anything, yeah. So those are the two. Those are the two. Anytime Terry brings up the one, in case you're in the replay, about Candly, that's where you're going to book for bookkeeping. That's the bookkeeping department.
Ah, okay.
That's
Well,
where.
this is good to know. So,
I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to tell Terry.
yeah, because when I
Yeah.
see Calendly, I think book appointments. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah. And for the books, people do need to book an appointment because we're back into seeing where the business are at. It's not
Mhm.
just the number that you go and type in for people. It's really evaluating the business and see where it's at and going down the road to see where the profitability lies and where we go from there. Those things are important. Those things are important.
Excuse me. Yes. Oh my goodness. So guys, I want to encourage you to spend time with Coach Caren. Let her unpack your business or just unpack your life. Maybe you need help with your personal finances. We're not limited to just business.
Mm-mm,
She will
we're not.
speak to you about your personal finances. And I know there's several of us out there who probably need some help with that. So, just saying. Okay. You can have a personal conversation with Coach Caren about that too. Coach, we love you. We appreciate everything you do and your faithfulness, how you show up for us. We want you to know that we value that
Thank you.
and we appreciate it. And we just want to thank you in advance. And we wish you well in all your endeavors, guys. And if you haven't booked your appointment, okay, it's filling up fast. So make sure you do that. And we want to encourage everyone to go to the front of their own line
Yes, yes.
and get ready to finish the year strong.
Strong, yes.
So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking about happy, healthy habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. And Friday, we'll be talking tech in a language that you can understand. So we thank you in advance for your time, and we thank you for spending time with us today. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.